Hello again, everybody. It's been a while since I made a video. I say that pretty much every single video at this point, but you know, I don't have my own place. You know, it's hard to make videos. But I wanted to make a new one. I wanted to make another one. I wanted to do something new. Back when I first started this channel, like 2 years ago maybe, I started out by just kind of going A to Z through my records. And then I stopped that, just started picking out random records and things like that, and I was doing that for most of this time, but I want to do that again. I want to just go front to back, and I want to, you know, try that out, have some fun with it. I'm not going to talk too in-depth on a lot of these records. I'm just going to talk about them, go quick, try to do a bunch of records in one sitting. I think, according to my Discogs, I have about 365 in my record collection at the moment, so I get some good videos out of this. But yeah, the way I organize my collection is I start off with soundtracks and compilations, and then I move into the actual alphabetical side of things. So I'm going to skip over the soundtracks, maybe just do like a special episode just for soundtracks and compilations, and then I'm going to move into I'm going to start on the A, essentially. That's what I'm doing today. I'm just going to try and go through every single A record I have in here. Yeah, I'll start. Stop rambling. Let's fucking go. I'm just going to show both of these at the same time. So these are ABBA. This is my favorite ABBA album, Voulez-Vous. It's got, you know, As Good As New on there, Voulez-Vous, Does Your Mother Know, If It Wasn't for the Nights, Chiquitita. Has some of my favorite all-time ABBA songs. Fantastic. If you don't like ABBA, I Don't Trust You. This one, Super Trooper, I have less songs on it than I like. It's obviously got Super Trooper, The Winner Takes It All, which is fantastic. And I don't really know many of the other ones on here. It's not my favorite ABBA record, but these are the only two I have. I've been looking for the one, Arrival. I'll get that at some point, the one that has Dancing Queen on it, because I know Dancing Queen's like a very popular song, but it's such a good song. It's so fucking good. Moving on from there, we have something I rebought recently. This is Aesop Rock, The Impossible Kid. Going throughout quarantine and everything that's been happening recently, I've just been kind of re-listening to old records that I haven't come back to in a long time, and this is one of them, and I realized how fucking amazing this album is. His lyrics, his storytelling, the beats, everything. So unique, so incredible, and this one is on colored vinyl, if I'm not wrong. Where's the vinyl? So this one's pink, nice opaque pink. And then this one, I believe, is a green. It comes with a big poster, but I'm not going to take that out because I'm trying to go fast here. It's just the album cover, essentially. And that one's a nice green. But yeah, if you want some, not left field, but, you know, more underground in sound, more alternative hip-hop, and you haven't listened to Aesop Rock, this guy's like a king in terms of lyricism. He's fucking fantastic. So listen to Aesop Rock. Moving from there, we have a record that I don't know at all. It's the Almond Brothers live at Fillmore East. I got this out of my grandparents' collection, and I never listened to it. Almond Brothers are a band that's just not in my psyche. There's just not a band I go to very often, but it was my grandparents, and I don't want to get rid of it. Continuing on, we have Alvvays. What's this called? Antisocial Lights. So many good tracks on here. And it's so much better than their first album. Their first album's not that great. I know people might disagree with me on that, but their first album's not that good. It's very lacking in the songwriting area. They're very, I don't know, they're just like loose and not well put together and just very uninteresting. Every single song on here has a killer hook. In Undertow, Dreams Tonight, which is gorgeous, amazing song. Plimsoll Punk's Your Type, Not My Baby, Lollipop, Saved by a Waif. That song's fucking awesome. You cut your hair, yeah, yeah, now you look like a little boy. Yellow record. Yeah. You want some really fun, catchy indie rock? Pop rock, whatever you want to call it. Dream pop, dream rock, I don't know. It's a great record. I don't give a shit. We have, this is actually a good record. America. This record's famous for having the song Horse With No Name. This is another one I got out of my grandparents' record collection, but I actually like this record. That's just like a pretty standard, like, folk rock album. Kind of typical sounding for the 70s when they came out, but still very good songwriting, good guitars, good guitar playing, and vocals as well, good harmonies. Great record. Nothing revolutionary, but just quality. Ooh, we're getting into something good here. We have Boys for Pele by Tori Amos. This is sadly the only Tori Amos record I own, but it's my favorite, so that works out. It's actually an original pressing, which has the Coke bottle clear, so this one's actually worth a little bit. 2 LP, because the record's pretty long. Coke bottle clear on both of those. Tori Amos is probably, in my opinion, one of the best American songwriters, I would say. She's up there with Dylan and like Joni Mitchell and Townes Van Zandt, all those other great American songwriters, and Tom Waits as well. I'd put her in that same category. She's an amazing songwriter. But yeah, great tracks on here. Beauty Queen, Horses, Father Lucifer, Professional Widow, Marianne, Caught a Light Sneeze, Muhammad, My Friend, Hey Jupiter. Basically the entire side B is just nothing but perfection. So this is a fantastic record. Everybody should listen to it. Classic singer-songwriter record. It's amazing. From there, we'll get into some punk music. Some fucking melt your fucking face off punk music. Meal In The Sniffers. If you're familiar with King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard, Meal In The Sniffers are on that label. It's Flightless Records is what they're on. And I remember when they signed them and was releasing their stuff, I listened to some of their shit and I was like, this is wild, I love this. Nice baby pink record. The packaging is cool because it's got that like nice reflecting on it. But yeah, it's not you know, changing the wheel. It's just reinventing the wheel. That's how that term is said. I'm an idiot. This is just a pretty solid standard Australian punk record. If you just want something really aggressive and in your face, these guys do a fucking great job of that. And they're hilarious. They're just hilarious fucking people. From there, we're getting to one of my favorite bands, Animal Collective. I almost, every single time I say their name now, I almost call them Animal Crossing, because I play that game so fucking much. But this is Animal Collective. This is their album Feels. This is probably my second favorite record of theirs, not my top. A lot of people will go for Merriweather Post Pavilion, but I'm not as big of a fan of that record. It's still good, but that's the most pretentious thing anybody's ever said. But this is a great record. It's definitely more experimental. They're keeping on the experimental thing, but they're not losing that pop edge that makes records like Strawberry Jam and Merriweather Post Pavilion so good. They're not. I shouldn't say they're not losing it, but they're coming into it and shedding a bit of the more experimental sides, but keeping it around. And that's what I think makes this record and their album Strawberry Jam so good, is they maintain the catchiness, or they can maintain the experimental nature of records like Here Comes the Indian and Spirit They've Gone, Spirit They've Vanished. I think that's how that one said it. And like Sung Tongs. They're keeping that experimental edge, but they're still making a poppy, catchy record, and that's what I think makes this record specifically so good. Gatefold. From there, keeping with Animal Collective, I got, like I said, Merriweather Post Pavilion. Not my favorite, but still very good record. Gatefold, nice and trippy. Great songs on here. My Girls, Brother Sport, Lion in a Coma, Bluish, Guy's Eyes. So many great songs. Like the trippiest songs you ever heard while still having such a pop edge. One of the best album covers of like at least the 2000s. One of my favorite album covers ever. They're just a fantastically creative band that like are completely unmatched in my opinion. And this is a great testament to that. And there's no wonder that it's so popular. My personal favorite is this one. If I could get the fucking wrap off. What the hell? Hello? Did I glue this thing on? What the hell? Ugh, what the fuck? Okay, so this is Strawberry Jam. This is their best album. This is their best fucking album because it's, while Feels was a great balance between the experimental and the poppy, this is a perfect balance between the experimental and the pop. Every single song on here can get stuck in your head and is catchy and is weird and strange and experimental and pushes boundaries, but still gets lodged in your head and is so catchy and textured and beautiful and sad and nostalgic for an era that, like, just childhood, and it's just fucking amazing. One of my all-time favorite records. If you want to get into Animal Collective, I would recommend just listen to Peacebone, or yeah, just listen to Peacebone. And then if you like Peacebone, listen to this whole album. That would be my recommendation, because I think they're fucking incredible. I don't think this is on a color vinyl or anything. I'm not going to pull it apart. This is the Gatefold. Yeah, just amazing, amazing record. I can't say enough good things about this album. Sticking with Animal Collective, we have Song Tongs. I only have 4 of their records. I had a bunch more, but I had to sell them all. I had like Here Comes the Indian, and I had Dance Manatee. I think some of their earlier stuff, but I like Here Comes the Indian. I'm not a big fan of Dance Manatee. It's probably one of my least favorite of theirs. But this is Sung Tongs. This is just Panda Bear and A.V. Terror. I don't think Deacon's barely ever in the band, obviously. But this doesn't have Geologist on it either. So it's basically, it's a very folky, psychedelic record. Definitely very folky, very guitar heavy, but it's a lot of improv, a lot of just wacky fucking song topics and lyrics and vocal performances, and there's just so many bizarre songs on here, like Leaf House, Who Could Win a Rabbit, Visiting Friends, which is like this 12-minute long psychedelic ambient folk piece. College, We Tigers. We Tigers is fucking funny. I love that song. Yeah, if you want one of their weirder albums, but one of their most quality, this is it. This is such a fantastic album. And that's all I have of Animal Collective. They really are one of my favorite bands, so... from there, we got Fiona fucking Apple. I only really got into her, like, last year. Well, actually, I'm making this in 2021. So, in 2019 was when I really got into her, like, you know, around, like, summertime that year. I started listening to this record specifically, and I fell in love with it. And I listened to it over and over and over again. Songs like Every Single Night, Werewolf, A Hot Knife, Left Alone, Valentine, so many good fucking songs. She's such an amazingly unique songwriter, whether that means her lyricist or instrumentation, the production, the limitations she kind of puts on herself on this album. By the way, the album title is The Idler Wheel is Wiser Than the Driver of the Screw, and Whipping Cords Will Serve You More Than Ropes Will Ever Do. So, it's just amazing, amazing record. I don't think it's colored or anything. I think it's just a standard pressing. But that's the... I love the imagery and the art on the packaging. Yeah, it's just a black record. I won't bother taking it out. Yeah, I think this is honestly a good spot to get into Fiona Apple. You could listen to the first album. You could listen to this album. You could listen to Fetch the Bolt Cutters. You could really start off on her anywhere. She gets weirder as time goes on, but like everything's quality. There's no records of hers that are bad, you know. Speaking of Fetch the Bolt Cutters, this was my favorite album from last year, and I think a lot of other people's as well. This is Fetch the Bolt Cutters. Standard black pressing, but it comes with like a fucking book of the lyrics and some art as well. Pictures of like dogs and stuff, and this is the first time I ever listened to Fiona Apple and went, wow, she sounds like Tom Waits. Like the production and everything, it's such a dark record. It's such a powerful record, a feminist record. She has such a strong feminine like view on the world, I guess you'd say. Like a female empowerment record. At least that's what I got from it, and I really love that kind of thing, and I loved listening to this record. Every single track front to back is great. There isn't anything on this album that lacks, you know? It's just fucking amazing. For Her made me cry the first time I heard it. Amazing. I had to put everything down and just like sit there and just listen to the lyrics. I listened to it like 6 times the first time I heard it. Shamika's obviously incredible. What's another great one? Ladies, Heavy Balloon, Cosmonauts. So many good songs. Amazing addition to her catalog, and well worth the wait. Since the Idler Wheel came out in like 2012. Well worth the wait. Fan-fucking-tastic. Sticking with A, we have, I'm not going to show the cover because there's tits on it, but it's this is Zen by Arca. I don't listen to this record that much. It's an experimental electronic record. Arca's a really fantastic producer. I know I don't listen to this much, but I really do respect what Arca does. She's really, really, really talented. Yeah, like I said, I don't have much to say about the record, but she's really talented, and I really respect what she does for electronic music. Getting into Arcade Fire, we have Funeral. There's not much I can say about this record that hasn't already been said. It's an amazing 2000s indie rock record. It's fucking fantastic. I mean, like, Neighborhood 1 through 4, Crown of Love, Wake Up, Rebellion Lies, Haiti, In the Back Seat. Too many good songs to, like, name. And it's just a near perfect record in terms of indie music. It's fantastic. I'm not gonna... Everybody's heard this record at this point. It's so big, you know. Same goes for this one. This is The Suburbs. This is the one that won the Grammy. This is the one that this is maybe my favorite. I've been getting really into Neon Bible recently, but this one is still my favorite. I actually prefer Neon Bible to Funeral. I know it's might be sacrilege to say, but I actually don't own Neon Bible right now, which is their second album. I have it coming in the mail, but I bought this a while ago. Arcade Fire was one of the first, like, indie bands, like, I really got into past just listening to, like, shit that was on the radio. There was first one of the bands I ever listened to that was really, like, underground, I guess you'd say. Just basically wasn't just what was on the radio and what was popular. They were one of the first, along with, like, you know, Arctic Monkeys, Passion Pit, you know, the surface level indie, you know. That they were one of the first for me, and so I really have a lot of good memories with this album and Funeral. But there's amazing tracks on here: Modern Man, The Suburbs. What's another really good one? We Used to Wait, Sprawl 2, Mountains Beyond Mountains. I love Arcade Fire. They're just a fantastic band. This is a great record too. It's an amazing record. It really is. I mentioned Arctic Monkeys before. I only have one Arctic Monkeys record, sadly. I'm trying to fix that, and it's not my favorite. I don't know why this is the only one I own now that I really think about it. It just has some good songs on it, but it also has some not good songs on it. This is Suck It and See. It's such a weird album, because it's so catchy. It's really, like, it's well written, but there's some songs in here that are bad. Just, like, bad. Like, some of the worst Arctic Monkey songs are on this album. Like, Don't Sit Down Because I Moved Your Chair. I hate that song. That song's terrible. All My Own Stunts, boring. Love Is a Laser Quest, boring as fuck. But then you have songs like She's Thunderstorms and Hellcat Spangled Sha-La-La and Suck It and See and That's Where You're Wrong. And those are some of their best songs. Reckless Serenade, Pile Driver Waltz. So many good songs on this record. And it's just a shame that it's marred by some of their worst, you know? But yeah, I'm looking to get more Arctic Monkeys. I like, at least, I'm okay on at least all the records. I love their first record. I love Humbug. Their second's okay. And then AM's, I used to like it a lot. I think it's kind of boring now. So I might not buy AM, but I'm trying to get at least their third record and their first record, which aren't that hard to find. So I'll grab those eventually. And to finish off the A section, yeah, we're going to get into a band I've been getting really into recently. I've been listening to them for a long time, but I've only gotten, like, invested in them since their last album came out last month. We got Avalanches. This is Since I Left You. I used to own this record before I was really big into them, and I literally bought a new copy yesterday because I've been listening to their newest record, We Will Always Love You, on repeat. It's fantastic. I really, really love it. But getting back into this one, this is their first album, came out in 2000, I think. And it's a trip-hop record, a plunderphonics record, it's electronic, it's hip-hop, it's whatever you want to call it. It's just a fantastically well-put-together record. It's amazing to me that they find all these samples and can form something so cohesive and so brilliant out of just pieces that seem like nothing, and they can form them to make them something so amazing. They're such an incredible band. I mean, obviously, like, listen to Since I Left You and Frontier Psychiatrist. Those songs are mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing records. But yeah, so this is obviously a classic. I'm kind of saying things people have already said, but yeah, great, great, great album. And then from there, we got their newest record, We Will Always Love You. This one I have on red vinyl. It's a Newbury Comics exclusive version. It's I don't know if I think I like it. I don't know which one I like the most. I think I like them all equally. Like they're my fucking kids or something. But I really love all of their records, and each record has a very distinct sound to it. Seems like Since I Love You really has like a hip hop base to it. Wildflower, their second, has like a 60s and 70s soul and psychedelia vibe, and this one really has like an 80s synthwave, disco, funk vibe to it. It just depends on what they're really sampling. And I don't know, the concept, the overall concept of this record is beautiful. Just the whole idea of how music can transcend human lives, and time and death can't stop music, and we can still hear people in this never-ending intergalactic stream of music that goes on forever. And that's a really beautiful sentiment, and they handle it so well on this album. It's so good. I think it's amazing. It fits comfortably in their catalog, I feel. And the last one I want to show today is Wildflower. This is another Newbury Comics exclusive version. That's why it has the weird cover. And it's another great example. Like I said, they sampled a lot of like 60s soul, psychedelia, funk, that kind of thing, and it shows. And it's such a bright, summery album. Like every year on like the first day where it's like over 75 and I can like put on like shorts and it's like warm out, I will put this record on and just like drive around because it just feels like summer. A lot of really good tracks on here, like Frankie Sinatra, rest in peace MF Doom, Because I'm Me, Harmony, Sunshine, The Wazard of Is. Just fantastic songs. And I think these have some really cool art on the inside of them too. Just a very, like, the most summery album I've probably ever heard. It's amazing. It really is. Got good old Bismarcky on that one there. But yeah, just black records on that one. But yeah, I guess that's all I want to do for today's video. That's pretty much all of the records in the A section. I probably won't make it as distinct as I did this time. I'll probably have to like cut it in half. Like once I get to like S or like one of the other letters where there's a lot of shit, I might just have to like cut it in half or just do a random amount of records. But yeah, that's it for today. Hopefully I can make another one real soon. Love you guys.